Unions claim workers in the Hunter could be hardest hit when changes to work cover are rolled out. More than 1,000 manufacturing sector employees rallied in Newcastle today, labelling the move devastating.
Here in the Hunter, blood is boiling. Local manufacturing workers are livid over the state government's work cover cuts.
Wake up to yourself, Barry.
Get his hands off our workers' comp.
Hundreds marched to Newcastle's Civic Park, where around 1,500 workers formed a united front. On the chopping block, coverage for the trip to and from work, and weekly payments for injured workers who don't recover within 2.5 years. It's all been labelled a deep blow to the already struggling local manufacturing industry.
In particular in the Hunter Valley, where you've got a high number of people employed in manufacturing, people travelling long distances to work.
Local firefighters are also seeing red.
It ups the ante a hell of a lot because of, as I said, the title of our occupation itself. We're firefighters.
But the state government maintains premiums will skyrocket if a $4 billion deficit isn't reined in. Today's rally is just the tip of the iceberg. Unions say more industrial action is on the cards.
This is a government that appears to know nothing else but cutting ordinary people's entitlements.
Stephanie Jeans, NBN News.
Muswellbrook Council has knocked back Orica's bid to establish a chemical storage facility on the old Rosemount Winery site near Denman. Councillors last night voted unanimously to reject the plan to store ammonium nitrate there, a substance used in explosives for the mining industry. Council cited concerns over the impact of the proposed development on existing land uses such as agriculture, tourism and the horse and wine industries.
The latest plans for the controversial Huntley housing development near Branxton are now up for public comment. It comes after the developer was asked to provide the planning department with potential contaminated land and Aboriginal heritage information as part of its application. The plan proposes 7,500 new homes with the capacity to accommodate 20,000 residents. It also includes 200 hectares for business development and more than 600 hectares of conservation land.
A young man is lucky to be alive after his mulching truck rolled on the Central Coast this morning. Police and paramedics were called to a property at Avoca just before 11 o'clock. The 19-year-old, who was pinned under the heavy vehicle, was airlifted to the Royal North Shore Hospital in a serious condition.
Wyong Shire Council is welcoming roads funding announced in yesterday's state budget. $1.5 million is being directed towards work on the intersection of the proposed Warnervale Town Centre. Those behind the project say it'll unlock up to 1,600 new home sites in the area.
After years of talk, finally the green light for a project on the back burner.
I can guarantee the people of the Wyong electorate, I can guarantee the people of the Central Coast, the Warnervale Town Centre is coming.
The project's been made possible thanks to the $481 million Housing Acceleration Fund released in yesterday's state budget.
At the moment, you're seeing cow paddocks. In 2 years' time, we're going to be shopping here, watching movies here, catching the train here eventually as well.
Wyong Shire Council has been working in conjunction with Roads and Maritime Services over the past 6 months on the initial design. Now it's looking forward to what the project will deliver.
Desperately need jobs and infrastructure in the Warnervale area, and this is an opportunity for us to go ahead.
The local Chamber of Commerce is also excited by the prospect of future growth in the area.
It'll definitely mean an expansion of retail, hopefully, and maybe some light industrial into that area as well.
Also announced yesterday was the widening of the F3 freeway between Wyong and Doyleson Road.
The beauty of it is the extra lane will be built in a phase which doesn't actually shut down the freeway, and when it's incorporated into the freeway, the existing lanes are upgraded as well.
Michael Kane, NBN News.
A man is in a stable condition at Westmead Hospital after a single vehicle accident at Foresters Beach yesterday afternoon. The 21-year-old local man's car collided with a tree on Bellevue Road around 3:30, trapping him for over an hour. He was flown to hospital suffering a broken leg and chest injuries.
A 16-year-old boy has been charged with 2 counts of indecent assault following attacks at Narara last month. 2 women were allegedly attacked in separate incidents near Narara train station. The boy will face Woy Woy Children's Court next month.
Lifeline's Wyoming Centre has received a bit of a revamp thanks to $29,000 in donations. The money has provided new furniture and computer systems, much to the delight of volunteers and staff.
It's just regular office furniture, but it's a godsend to the workers and volunteers at Lifeline's Wyoming branch. Almost $30,000 worth of refurbishments, making a tough job a little more comfortable.
We replaced the desks and the chairs and put some mats and footstools, things like that that needed replacing for some time. Updated the technology, which was quite outdated.
The refurb came courtesy of Newcastle Permanent Charitable Fund. The cheque was officially handed over today, but the money has already been put to good use.
Our Board of Trustees has a very defined set of criteria. We applied that to this application, and this was a totally suitable project for us to support.
Prior to the donation, Lifeline was just making do with pre-loved odds and ends.
The furniture had been donated in the first place to our warehouse, and that's where all the furniture was sourced. You actually made do with what was there.
60 volunteers man phones around the clock at the Wyoming Lifeline Centre, taking calls locally and from around the country. Each year, over 7,000 calls are taken at the Central Coast Centre from people needing help. Kimberly Hardcastle, NBN News.